Vail, Colorado.
Happy Monday. It's December 4th. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. On this first hour of the show, Colorado Gives Day is tomorrow. We have conversations with several local charities and how you can best benefit them, plus lots more in the show, so stay tuned. Hour 1 starts now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, if you are wondering where in the world to give your money during Colorado Gives Day, which is tomorrow, I had a conversation with Access Unbound about all that they do and how they could greatly benefit from your donation. Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I am excited about the next two ladies joining me here on the couch because it's such an important initiative. We're going to be talking about Access Unbound. I've got Katie, the founder, joining me here today, and Elizabeth, the executive director. How are you, ladies?
Great.
Good. I'm so happy. I'm sure this is probably fun to be sitting here on the couch with somebody in a costume.
It's always good to have a Halloween day.
It just kicks in the start of feeling joyful and excited. So, Katie, you started Access Unbound. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we started in 2016, and we are the only organization here in the Valley that supports people with disabilities regardless of their age, their background, their disability. And so we're filling in a lot of the niches here in the Valley to make sure that people with disabilities have access to the professional snow sports that are happening here in the Valley.
That's really important. You know, snow sports are wonderful for all people involved. And so what was your mission and why did you choose to really get involved and to start Access Unbound?
Our mission really is to enable access to professional recreational opportunities, and our focus right now has been on snow sports. And I've been involved in the industry for a long time and saw a real need here. There was a pretty large segment of our population, both here in Eagle County, but also in the greater population of Colorado, that were not having access to this higher caliber of learning experience. And so we were trying to fill that gap and make sure that everybody could have a little bit more access to that.
That's amazing. So 2016. So how has the program grown? We're coming on 8 years now.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Yeah, we've done over 900 days of access for people with disabilities. We're generally serving around 80 people per winter, growing from, a half dozen the first year. So it's been incredible and really building some great relationships and seeing some amazing accomplishments. 98% of our recipients report having a significant change or huge change in mental health. We're seeing huge growth in physical ability, cognitive ability. It's just been amazing to see the accomplishments. And we've had people who have gone through our program who have then felt the confidence to go on and try having a career and try working. It's so much more than just skiing and snowboarding, so it's a pretty powerful thing to be a part of.
That's really amazing, and I would agree. It's just so cool to see people with disabilities out on the slopes because you just think about what they're accomplishing and overcoming, and just people that are willing to support them as well.
Yeah, it's huge. Our donors are what make this happen, and we're grateful for all their support for sure.
That's amazing. So Elizabeth, Executive Director, tell me a little bit about your story. How did you get involved, and how did the two of you connect?
Well, I've always been passionate about sports and have recently, having moved to the Vail Valley, was digging into the adaptive sports community, and I saw what Katie built, and we were able to connect over kind of a shared love of adaptive sports and making sure that people have access. So as soon as I met Katie, I could feel, the passion and care that she had, and she's incredible at what she does. So it's been wonderful to learn from her, and I look forward to kind of carrying on the mission and working alongside her.
Absolutely. So mission, Access Unbound is wonderful, but there's a larger initiative in the state of Colorado called Colorado Gives, but you're involved in Eagle County Gives. So tell me about that, and then what do we have to look forward to coming up?
Sure. There's a special giving window coming up for all the nonprofits in the Vail Valley. There's 56 nonprofits as part of the Eagle County Gives Coalition, and there's a whole host across all these sectors. basic human needs, animal rescue, protecting the mountains that we explore, supporting people with disabilities. So we are all supporting one another and kind of helping each other fundraise during Colorado Gives Day coming up on December 5th.
Okay.
We're also part of an early giving window that starts tomorrow, November 1st. So any donations that come in between November 1st and December 5th will be eligible for incentive funds. So anybody who wants to give, your money will be maximized, your donation will be amplified. So if you're planning on giving to your favorite nonprofits in the Vail Valley, I would encourage you to go to Eagle County, Colorado Gives.org. Look up your favorite nonprofits, and you can click right through and donate tomorrow.
Awesome. So Eagle County, ColoradoGives.org
Yes.
is where you can go to give early access donations.
Yep, and it'll click you right through to the donation page. You can look up missions, you can look up different nonprofits, and see the wealth of nonprofits that are in the Vail Valley, making this a very well-rounded place to live.
That's amazing. Now, donors are a huge part of how you've been able to keep going. So talk to me about the partnerships, anybody that has just really made a major impact on Access Unbound.
Oh gosh, there's so many.
Broad question.
Well, we've been, we have some incredible donors. We have had some donations that have been donors who have put up some matches for us. We have a match for Colorado Gives Day in addition to the incentive fund, and so that's been instrumental. We also have worked really hard the last few years to create a program called the Access Card.
Okay.
It's a program that happens in September, where we are really working with our business community and our local community to promote them, to help promote us, to help get our locals some discounts. So it's a discount card people purchase for donation to our organization, and then there's a 2-week shopping period, September 16th to the 30th. So that's been a really special kind of donor cultivation, but also getting to know the community that we're so proud to be a part of and trying to help support them as well. But then there's just so many individual donors who have just been instrumental, and some amazing, great local organizations giving grants. Vail Valley Cares, Thrift Stores has an incredible grant program that we've been honored to be a part of. So yeah, there's just too many to list.
No, I love that. And so that's typically every September. So if we wanted to find more information about that, just head to the website.
Yeah, the Access Card, you can head to our website, which is accessunbound.org, and then follow social media. We're here on TV8, Vail Daily, etc. Keep an eye out for the list of businesses, look for it, but it's definitely a great way. I do all my holiday shopping, so I'm done all my holiday shopping already.
That's a great way to do that.
Yeah,
Be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, yes.
That's amazing. Now, Elizabeth, speaking of volunteering, how can we get involved? Tell us more.
So I would recommend going to Eagle County, ColoradoGives.org, and looking up your favorite nonprofits, check out their mission, and reach out directly. I think there are a lot of great organizations that always look for support, whether that's in-kind donations or actually volunteering and helping support their mission. So I would say find out what you're passionate about, and there's definitely a nonprofit that could use your skills.
That's true, and nonprofits are wonderful, and it's just great to be part of the community and to support the community and all of the things that we do here. We're not just a resort town, we're not just a vacation town.
No, that's what makes this community special, and the Eagle County Gives Collaborative is this really coming together to help each other rise, and it's a really powerful group of people, and it's a real honor to be a part of that.
It really is, and we're in shoulder season, but this is such a great way to get involved and to get plugged in and be able to support everyone and help us navigate the busy times.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, ladies, tell us, where can we go for more information one more time? I know we've got the website here, but can we follow initially on social media and being able to give donations, etc.?
Go ahead.
For our organization, absolutely. We'd love to have you follow us on social media. Check out our website, accessunbound.org. And then going to our ColoradoGives.org page for Access Unbound, specifically for Colorado Gives. Starting tomorrow, we'd love to have you donate through that page specifically, so that helps us meet our match, but also get more of that incentive fund coming from the state. And then do you want to share the information for the Colorado Gives?
And go to EagleCountyColoradoGives.org.
Wonderful.
Yep, and we got the website up right now, so this is a great way to get plugged into our local county.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Now, tomorrow, early access giving, and then December 5th is when it actually is the larger scale.
It's a statewide effort, yes.
Statewide effort. Awesome. Well, wonderful. Great to see you both. Thank you for coming on, and happy Halloween.
Thank you. You
Happy
too.
Halloween.
Absolutely. Now we've got a bit more of the Halloween celebrations coming up on our show. We'll be right back after this. You're not going to want to miss it.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Gretchen had another informative conversation with the team over at Pier. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I've been having a blast. You haven't seen this yet, but Grace Meinberg and I from Pier, and we're going to tell you what it used to be called the Red Ribbon Project. Is that correct? Yep. For Colorado Gives Month. But Grace, you are such an interesting, dynamic, and cool person, and I'm so honored to meet you. How are you doing this morning?
Thank you. I'm doing great. It's been great chatting with
I
you.
know, we've had a blast. We've talked all things.
all
Serious
morning.
and not serious.
Absolutely.
So Grace, I know that rebranding, something as big as this, is a big deal. So tell us a little bit about that, the rebranding moment.
Yeah, so I was here about 2 months ago
Right.
as Red Ribbon Project.
Right.
And so since then, since our fundraising event in September, we have changed our name.
Okay.
We have been Red Ribbon Project in the Valley since 1996, so 27
long
years
time,
later.
yes.
We have expanded our mission and vision several years ago, but we really wanted to pick a name that encompasses what we're now doing in the community,
Okay.
which is more prevention and education, as well as HIV prevention and awareness. We do provide testing for, or we provide funding for testing,
Right.
sorry, for
No,
HIV tests done in the Valley. And it's been quite a journey. I'm new
Yes.
to it, so joined this year.
Right, which is so awesome, and you're so involved. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful to watch because we were saying off camera, it is so important, and this is it's a life changer. It truly is, and so for you guys to really get involved and show people and educate people that this is a big deal. And PEER stands for what exactly, Grace?
Yeah, so that's our abbreviated name,
Right.
but it's Promoting Empowerment,
I love
Eagle
that.
River.
I love that.
Because that's our main goal is we talk about sexual health and well-being. And so our mission is to reduce teenage pregnancy, HIV, AIDS, and other STIs. And so to do that, we want to empower the community to talk about it, to educate themselves, to be educated, to have the resources necessary to live a healthy lifestyle and be healthy. And so when we came up with that name, the board and I debated on it for quite a while. We really felt that that was a great name to encompass all that we do. And then PEER, obviously, to abbreviate it, but also to talk about how we want to exchange conversation and really just come to people as peers and talk to them about their bodies. And
that's exactly what I thought when I saw the change. And we were talking about how rebranding is
a lot.
It's a lot. It's hard.
It's fun.
But I love that what it stands for, and also to speak to peers, because I'm older than Grace is. But when I was, growing up, it was not a conversation that was being spoken about. It was not even happening. And now, and that's sad because it is so important.
Yes.
And now I love young women, young men that are being raised to learn, you know what, this is not a funny moment. It's not something silly. It's not taboo to talk about. It's something that's really important to talk about. And you said you've seen that a lot when you speak to the different age groups.
Yeah, all different age groups embrace it in different ways.
Right.
We also talk to youth as humans, which is
love that. It's such a big difference.
Yeah, to be inclusive. That was also something that felt missing in my curriculum. It was very divided and these are your responsibilities, these are your responsibilities, these are the expectations. And we just go in there and share all the information, which is a lot.
Right.
We only have a class period with them in our youth programming. So we have maturation and sexual health, 5th through 8th, and the 9th grade. And they really do embrace it, have a lot of questions, which is always really fun. So me and the educators come together sometimes. We're like, what were the questions? So one, know what we can address, and also because sometimes they're very unique and
interesting.
funny.
Yeah. Grace, is this something when you were growing up that you ever thought? I mean, it's so interesting to think how people get into these occupations, and this one's it's so important. Is this something you ever saw yourself doing, or did it just kind of happen?
Not necessarily. It sort of just happened. I've always had these conversations with people in my life, whether it was family or friends. I was teaching high school for a little bit and had to direct them to some resources to say, hey, maybe we should talk about this.
Right.
And so came to that point in my life where I was trying to figure out what the community needs. COVID hit, I was teaching. I realized we wanted to address a lot more life skills rather than, can you just get your homework done? Like that, very important, but at the same time, I'm looking at substance use and unsafe driving behaviors and sexual health being a concern as well. And so I joined the world of nonprofits in the Valley.
I love that, yes.
Yeah, and I got connected to Red Ribbon Project, now PEER.
Yes.
About 2 years ago, started teaching for them. And then when that position became open as executive director, I decided to hop on and join it because
I love it.
I can have these conversations and not be embarrassed or uncomfortable, and I want to encourage others to do the same.
Well, you are a perfect fit for this, and we're so happy. We're honored that we get you. Keep on doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I know we're talking about All Things Colorado Gives Month, and we were saying, it is the month, that's like the little title, but it should be all year round because nonprofits like these that are so very important, they keep on living through people giving from their hearts.
And we have so many great nonprofits in our valley.
Yes.
So I'm here to talk about the Colorado Gives Day.
Yes.
And we are lucky to be part of the Eagle County Gives Coalition, where about 50-some organizations have banded together to build fundraising capacity and really, drive awareness in our community that, hey, we're here. We do need money to be able to serve the community, but we have so many ways to serve, whether it's public health, serving youth, animals, people with disabilities, like the range is endless.
So beautiful. That's really
it's great to get together with them about once a month. Started doing that a few months ago, and just talking about what works, what we could do to help enhance the fundraising capacity, and so that's what we're here to talk about.
That is so cool. And it's Colorado Gives Month, obviously, the month of November, Thanksgiving and everything. And how can people, I know, like you're saying, it is a lot because you're like, there's all these amazing organizations. And I know so many of us want to give to so many touch us personally. And, what would you say to people that really are excited to give the money that they have, or even little amounts? And that's something I should say before I go into this, even a little amount really helps. Maybe
Goes a long way.
Yeah, I'm saying this for myself, a coffee every once in a while that I buy, and using that towards these awesome organizations really goes a long way.
It does, and it's appreciated.
Right.
Even the littlest donation,
Yes.
which I shouldn't even say little because it's still really
A
important.
donation, right.
It's still a donation, and
Totally.
we're grateful for that. So if you go to Eagle County Colorado Gives, all spelled out,
Okay.
Online, you can find the coalition's website that has all of the
love
nonprofits
this.
that are participating.
It makes it easier.
It
kind of
does.
lays out. I'm speaking from me last year because I remember I was so I think you think about all these different and you're like, you get almost overwhelmed, I would say.
Yeah.
And the website is beautiful because it does just kind of lay it all out there for you.
Yeah. You can search topics and missions and visions. So
Okay.
you can really hone in like, hey, I want to donate my money towards youth in the Valley.
Right.
You can type that in, or animals, or
Totally.
you type that in and it'll give you some options
Cool.
for where to put your money.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
That is, well, and so could you give us the website one more time just so everyone
Yeah,
knows?
so it's Eagle County, or I'm sorry.
Girl, you're good.
Eagle County Colorado Gives.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's early.
It's a little bit
It's early.
So
Okay.
check it out. It's great. They have a lot of information. We also have a rally going on November 28th.
Okay.
So Tuesdays are the big days, which to remember. And that's our rally. It's over at Eagle Ranch, and for Eagle Ranch, that is. And we then have the Giving Day on December 5th.
December 5th, okay.
Yeah, so any time between last Tuesday,
Yes.
so it's already started,
I know.
last Tuesday and December 5th,
Cool.
any money that has been donated to Colorado Gives then is supplemented by an incentive fund. And so
Awesome.
your money goes even further because extra money is being tacked onto that and
So
sent out
this
to
is
these
the time.
organizations. This is the time.
This is the time to really give.
Any time's a time to
Right.
give, but this is a time where we start feeling a little bit more giving. This season's coming
Yeah,
up where we have
100%.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
And I know me and my family have started to explore options of maybe not giving gifts, but doing
Here too.
donations for organizations.
Yes.
So I know I do that for
Beautiful.
my godmother and things like that. And
Yeah.
so we want to encourage that. in
Well, and
people.
I love that you said that because that's a brilliant idea too.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying this, Grace. Because no, I didn't even think about this. So many of us get so lost in the gift giving moment and get stressed, and it's supposed to be a happy, joyous time. Why not do something for someone else and really live in that moment of spirit and giving and community? What a cool gift! I would feel honored if someone said, "Hey, I gave."
Donate
Even
your name.
$2,
Yeah.
to the peer group,
Yeah.
So how cool. Well, Grace, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You're
You
welcome
too.
back anytime. We adore you here.
Appreciate
I hope
that.
we see you again and again.
Absolutely.
And keep it right here. We have more of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tvavail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Very excited on the couch today, Executive Director of Bravo, Caitlin Murray, and I am so thrilled to see you, and I'm so happy I get to do this interview with
I
you.
know.
I'm so stoked.
It's great to see you again. Thanks for having me.
So always great to see you, and I think the word would be kind of taken back by all that you guys do. Bravo is one of my favorite moments in this valley. I just love it. But we were also saying, and we're going to dive right into what we were talking about. You know what? I think a lot of times when people think of Bravo Vail, they think of like you were saying, the Philharmonic and all these big moments, which is correct and beautiful and fun and empowering. But we want to talk about something a little different, especially with Colorado Gives Day.
Absolutely.
Everything coming in. So yeah, I'll let you take it away.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yes.
And absolutely, you know, Bravo Vail is approaching its 37th season.
Wow.
So it's been around for a long time.
37.
And, yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
We've had the New York Philharmonic here for 2 decades now.
Yeah.
And I think that is kind of what is the image that gets conjured up to mind for people when they think of Bravo.
Right.
But there is so much more.
So much more.
And for all of us who live and work here in Eagle County, one of the great benefits is having this world-class music festival in our backyard.
So
and
cool.
then everything that we can bring because of that.
Right.
Our mission is bringing world-class music and making it accessible to all. And throughout the course of the year, we run music programs, education programs for kids and adults. We have 300 local students involved in our Music Makers program.
300.
300.
Wow.
So this is elementary, high school, middle school, and this is group piano lessons, violin lessons, small ensembles, recital performances. Over the holidays last year, they went and played for patients and staff at Vail Health in the lobby. So it's really part of our mission and part of the work that we're really focused on here locally is just making sure that access to music and music education is part of the fabric of our community.
And that's a huge thing because you know so often these days so many schools are getting that ripped away from them.
Yeah.
And it's such an integral part. I mean, personally in my life, music has saved me in more ways than I can even ever describe. And
Couldn't agree more.
And I know I didn't want to speak for you, but I'm like, I know that we're both on the same page there. And so it is so very important. And this is such a beautiful mission that you guys are on.
No, thank you. I mean, I say it all the time. I was so lucky. When I was 4 or 5 years old, somebody put a violin in my hands.
Right on.
I belong in the audience, not on stage. And so many of us do. But it's the beauty, it's the peace, it's the connection with other people. It's all those really intrinsic, valuable things that music brings, not just to us individually, but to us as a community. I ask people all the time, can you imagine having gotten through the pandemic, through quarantine, without books or music or the arts? I mean, I think they were such a saving grace for so many of us. And it's so important in our daily lives to make sure that we're making sure that that's available for the next generation. And I think the schools do everything that they can. We work very closely with the local school district to try and make sure that we're filling gaps or making sure that access to music education is available, whether you live in Vail or Gypsum. Because there's a big difference, you know?
It is, and I love that you said that. And just to pick your brain a little bit, how do you guys do that? I mean, because I know there's so many different things that you do, and we were saying off the couch, off the camera, that, you know, it is such a beautiful thing, and it is very important. And what do you guys do exactly to make that happen?
So programmatically, in addition to what we talked about, those mainstays, the orchestras on stage at the amphitheater and chamber music at Villar all summer, you know, we did over 70 events total last summer, and over half of them were free to the public. Wow. We have a series called Little Listeners at the Library. This is for 3 to 8-year-olds, and you've got musicians coming into the libraries from Vail to Gypsum, free of charge, interactive programs. We've got the Music Makers program, which is providing actual tactical instructions and lessons. And we actually just wrapped up what we call Music Education Month. So this is a newer focus, completely done locally, where we partner with the Bookworm of Edwards, with Walking Mountains, with all kinds of local businesses, and find different ways people can connect to music. So we had a book club, and we read a book about Mozart. We had 2 programs at Alpine Art Centers where people could actually connect visual creative arts to music. Because I think it can be intimidating for somebody to say, oh, I'm going to a classical music concert, a symphonic concert. One of the things that I think we have the ability to do here at Bravo Vail, in the atmosphere that's so magical in Vail, is say there's nothing to be concerned about or afraid about. All are welcome. Come enjoy it and see what you take away from it and where you can connect to it.
And I love this because it's so obvious to me. You're so passionate. I'm just watching you and smiling from ear to ear because it's beautiful to see how you light up speaking about this.
Thank you.
I mean that. And breaking down those barriers and those walls, because I agree with you. I have been raised with music. I work on radio as well. So I'm surrounded, engulfed in music all the time. I get a little nervous because I think we think as human beings we need to know the correct terminology. We need to know and have that moment, but it's not real. That's not what it's about.
Not at all. And music is one of those things. Classical music, symphonic music, you could study it your entire life and still not know everything about it. And I think people get hung up on the etiquette or how they're supposed to behave. Again, that's the beauty of Vail. You can show up people show up, you know, fresh off of biking Vail Pass. And somebody might be next to you in a suit. But that's our mission. World-class music, accessible to all. And we're there to help you and welcome you and make sure that you have a great experience, whether that's as part of our book club at the Bookworm or hearing the New York Philharmonic at the amphitheater and everything in between.
I love this. I think that's so powerful. I know it's so powerful. Use my word. So how can people get involved to help them? Because obviously you moved me so much. I know so many other people are going to feel so moved by this. What is the best way to get involved and make sure that this is going to keep on going? You know?
No, thank you. And there are so many ways. I have been a fundraiser for a long time. The old adage is absolutely true. Every dollar counts. And that could be an organization with a $100,000 budget or a $10 million budget. We need the support of the people who care about it. And I think all of us in the nonprofit industry here in the Vail Valley are so grateful for the generosity of this community. Not every single one of us has unlimited resources. Volunteering time always helps. We've got a guild, we've got a number of volunteer opportunities, but as we look towards Colorado Gives Day and this Eagle County Gives effort that is so locally based.
So beautiful.
Which is really fantastic. I would just encourage people to give what they can and to give here locally where they are to the organizations that they feel are making a difference. And there's
luckily lots of us to choose from.
Yes, and Caitlin, this is so empowering, so beautiful. I'm really moved by this. This is stunning, and I think that you're right. Everyone can give a little, and I want to say this because I sometimes think we don't think about this, but even maybe not getting a coffee. I go to Starbucks a lot. Right. True story, but just maybe skipping a week.
Yeah.
It's as little as that, but it is impactful, and I want people to remember that every dollar, like you said, truly counts. So please.
It really does.
Yes, and this is such an empowering, powerful organization, so please give. We adore you, Caitlin. Thank you. We're going to have you back.
Likewise.
Bravo is such an amazing part of our community, and we have more right here, so keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
In America's heartland, living close to the land, there's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land. In America's heartland, close to the land.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wild-crafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
This week is all about film, and Gretchen had a conversation about the movie Dear Rider. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
And welcome back. We're at the top of our second hour on Good Morning Vail. Today is Tuesday, which means it is exactly 1 week from Giving Tuesday, Colorado Gives Day, which is a huge impact here in the community. Joining me today are two wonderful ladies from the Catholic Charities of the Western Slope. I've got Pam and I've got Marion. So Marion, how are you?
Great.
Great.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
We are thrilled to have you here. And so you both you work with the Catholic Charities. You're regional director. So Pam, tell me, Marion, tell me a bit about what you do in Catholic Charities.
So Catholic Charities we've been up here in the Valley since 1995, and we do emergency assistance. We do some community advocacy, and we also, and some of that involves like homeless prevention work and eviction prevention and things like that.
Which, believe it or not, that is an issue here in the Vail Valley as well.
There, it is. It's kind of hidden in a lot of ways, but it exists.
It is. And Pam, you're a community advocate, so tell me a little bit about what you do.
Yes, so our main focus here in Eagle County with what I do in advocacy is to help the most needy, the most vulnerable, the person that is facing eviction or somebody who has gone through some major financial struggles and can't pay the rent, an employee who is maybe being a victim of wage theft or needs translation services to be able to communicate with their employer, things that help the community be better, especially with the focus on the immigrant community, but also just the community-wide, assist the best we can with, it's a range of services.
I love that. Now, Marion, so Catholic Charities of the Western Slope. So talk to me about what you cover. You're headquartered in Denver, but you're here and you're the regional director. So tell me about your region.
So we cover Eagle, Pick, and Garfield County is our scope. And our main office is in Glenwood Springs. Pam's office is in Avon. And then we also have an office in Eagle that Pam can go back and forth to, or sometimes I'm there. I actually live in Eagle, so I'm commuting over to Glenwood every day. And we also work very closely with the region, all the other counties, especially with things like homelessness and tackling that.
Wonderful. So today, there is the Colorado Gives Rally. What can we expect? Tell me more about it.
So there's the big kickoff. I brought props. We have little signs for Colorado Gives Day.
You've color coordinated with the sign
and each other.
Yes, and each other.
Yeah, right. And so the rally is tonight. It's up at 4 Eagle Ranch. It's from 5 to 7 p.m. There's food, a free drink. There's music. Lots of people, lots of excitement. I don't know if they're doing any giveaways. I don't want to say that they are, but it is just a really fun event to get up there and kick off, get everyone excited about Colorado Gives Day.
Absolutely. So Colorado Gives Day, tell me how important it is to Catholic Charities, because you're a nonprofit, and so tell me more about it. Yeah.
So Colorado Gives Day is, last year we raised, I think they regionally raised a little over $1 million to support over 50 nonprofits. And nonprofits rely heavily on donations. And I think, it's an online opportunity. One of the things that we really also want to, I was thinking of, it's like, okay, there's all these young folks out there that don't give, and this is so easy for you to go online. You go to Eagle County, coloradogives.org, and you can click on see the nonprofits, and it'll bring up all the nonprofits. And so whatever your passion is, if your passion is cycling, if your passion is art, if your passion is the environment, if your passion is helping those who are financially struggling, Catholic Charities, you can pick a nonprofit and give them $5 or as much as you want. And it's just so key for all the nonprofits to get that support of the community.
Well, I love that you highlighted if you want to give to those that are financially struggling. You do not have to have a religious affiliation to give to Catholic Charities. You really don't. And so I love the mission and the work that you're doing. So 4 Eagle Ranch from 5 to 7 tonight.
Correct.
And it is the rally, the encouragement. And I got on the website, and I love that you can give now to your favorite charity, so you don't have to wait till next week.
Absolutely, yeah. You give today, but it'll credit on that day. And one of the great things about Colorado Gives is also that there's an incentive fund, and that's provided through Community First Foundation and First Bank. And so a percentage of whatever the nonprofit gets, the percentage of overall giving on Colorado Gives Day, they'll also get a percentage of that incentive fund. So your money goes longer than just the $5 that you gave.
That's fantastic. Now, Pam, tell me, are there volunteer opportunities with Catholic Charities, or how can people get involved even if they can't give to this week?
I think the best way is to spread the word. Sometimes a lot of our clients just work through word of mouth. So if you have somebody that you know that is struggling to pay their rent, or somebody who is maybe facing eviction, or somebody who's maybe been a victim of a crime, just have them reach out to Catholic Charities. They'll put them in touch with the right person, and we can kind of begin the casework and go from there.
Wonderful. Now, where can we go for more information about Colorado Gives Day and also about Catholic Charities?
You can go on the Catholic Charities website. It's CatholicCharities.org.
Or ccdenver.org.
ccdenver.org. And there's a contact phone number there for the Western Slope specifically, and that'll get the person to the right office.
Okay, so if you want to impact your local community with Catholic Charities, it is the Western Slope, but of course, donations are good regardless of where you put them. But ladies, we really appreciate you both. Excited to see you at the event tonight, and you'll be having your signs in the roundabout.
Yes, we
Make
will.
sure you honk and wave and pay attention.
Yeah.
Get on the website, support Catholic Charities, and much more here in the Valley. We appreciate you both for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I hope that you reach your financial goals this year. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Now stay tuned. We've got a bit more on Good Morning Vail. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Opening in time for the new ski season, Max's Bar here at TV8. So grab a seat as friends and neighbors gather to discuss and debate the topics of the day. From best restaurants, best hockey seats, school sports, and just plain old Vail Valley talk. So join us here at Max's Bar this winter.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avisha Scarborough here. Today we are coming to you from Root and Flower, one of Vail's most beloved craft bars. We're going to be talking to one of the co-owners who's not only going to show us his favorite drinks, but he's also going to show us how we can make them ourselves at home. With a single flower painted on its door, Root and Flower in Vail Village is unassuming and slightly hidden from the outside. But once you're inside, the art of cocktail mixology is next level. Their craft cocktails are elevated versions of the classics, with extra care and creativity put into the ingredients and garnishes. This is Jeremy Campbell.
I'm an equal opportunity drinker, and what I mean by that is I like cocktails, I like wine, I like beer.
He and his partners Sam Bizant and Matt Limbaugh created Root and Flower to fill a need in Vail after spending years working in the restaurant business.
So the three of us all kind of worked together for a really long time, and it was actually Samantha and I were talking one day about what Vail is missing. And one of the things we thought Vail was missing was a higher end bar. Well, you can go to, ski bars and take a shot and kind of get drunk, but there's nothing else with that kind of elevated experience. So that was kind of the genesis. And so we wanted to say, if you'd come here, we'd have top tier cocktails, we'd have top tier wine, and in this case, also top tier bites to eat. But we still wanted to retain that soul of being a bar.
With the soul of a bar and the heart of a gourmet restaurant, the owners encourage their team to get creative with drink recipes. This drink is called American is Apple Pie, and it was created by one of their bartenders. If you like your drinks hot, boozy, and delicious, this is the drink for you. Here Jeremy shows us how it's made. First, a little bit of apple cordial.
What apple cordial is literally a bunch of apples that we've cooked down with brown sugar.
Next, some raisin rum.
These are 151 that we've soaked in raisins.
An ounce and a half of apple brandy, a 1/4 ounce Amaro, and a 1/4 ounce ginger liqueur. Add 2 ounces of hot water and then steam it all together. Finally, he tops it off with some cognac-infused whipped cream and an apple. Voila!
Cheers.
Next up, Jeremy shows us how to make a gin and tonic like no other. He uses local floral tonic by Lost Identity and a local Colorado gin called Caprock. He adds soda, ice, and rosemary, and we've got a botanical gin and tonic.
It's very chuggable. Cheers.
And lastly, we're in ski season, so we had to include a wintertime favorite, the Yuletide, Root and Flower's take on a mulled wine. He adds 4 ounces of red wine with some handcrafted citrus tonic and 2 spicy Caribbean liqueurs. He adds some hot water, then heats it up and adds a garnish that doubles as a lid.
Holds the heat in.
So we've got our drinks and we've got a beautiful charcuterie board to go with them. Jeremy leaves us with this little bit of advice to get the most enjoyment out of your refreshments.
I always say I like to earn my drinks. If I'm just sitting around, drinking, then it just doesn't taste the same. But if I'm up there skiing all day and putting in a lot of work, then my drink's gonna taste a lot better.
Cheers to that. That's it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching Vail Vibes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, delivering content in all sorts of mediums. Take us with you on the go, as Good Morning Vail and Good Day Vail are now available as podcasts. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, and Pandora. And don't forget, you can always find TV8 on YouTube, tv8vail.com, and all of our social media platforms. Just another reason why there's more for you on 92.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Join host Madison Brown as she visits with guests ranging from country star Toby Keith to magician Tommy Wynn. He explores the kitchen from cake decorating to cooking Hawaiian style, all while exploring unique locations across the country. Check your local listings and tune in. Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Monday, December 4th. We're at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. In the second hour, Vail Film Festival is coming up this weekend. We talk all about several different films hitting the theaters, plus a few lookbacks and much more. So stay tuned. Hour 2 starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avisha Scarborough here. Now whether you're a shredder or you're a cruiser, it's not about how fast you get down the mountain. It's about what you do afterwards to celebrate. I got a chance to hit the town and check out what Vail has to offer when it comes to our beloved tradition of après-ski. Take a look.
It's arguably as much a part of the ski experience as skiing itself. That special time right after the ski lift stops running until right about dinner time.
We all call it après, and really it's an opportunity to celebrate with each other. So, after you've had a day on the mountain, everyone comes together, cocktails, live music, food. Really, it's all about the vibe.
Oh, we know about the vibe. And so does the Four Seasons Remedy Bar.
What we do here at the Remedy very well is we take the classic cocktails and we create them to perfection.
Here, the bartender Maggie is making a couple of her most popular classics.
We, in my opinion, make one of the best old fashions in the village. Our secret is that we use a demerara syrup, which is kind of it's an unfiltered turbinado sugar, so it's kind of like has a more rich flavor as opposed to simple syrup, which kind of waters down the cocktail. People love old fashions in the winter because the whiskey really just warms you up and it makes you feel like nice and buzzed and ready to have a good time in the après season. And then espresso martinis with that caffeine, it gives you a buzz, but it also gives you energy. So if you had a long day of skiing or snowboarding, it'll kind of re-energize you.
And as far as food goes?
The tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwich, which is my #1 go-to during season, that's a very popular menu item. The Remedy Burger is also a go-to. And this season, we're actually going to be rolling out several new menu items. The veal schnitzel is really at the top of my list right now.
And the Four Seasons has what many people call the world's most decadent hot chocolate.
This is our world famous au chocolat.
With a giant house-made marshmallow and a chocolate twill, the hot chocolate is as satisfying to watch as it is to drink. Jonathan says what makes the Four Seasons experience so special is all the attention to detail.
What we really focus on are the little touches. So the things that you're not necessarily gonna notice, but then after you depart, you're probably gonna remember them, right?
Right. It's all been pretty hard to forget. So come for the skiing and stay for the skiing. But afterwards, treat yourself to some delicious après goodness. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Good morning, Vail.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
This week is all about film, and Gretchen had a conversation about the movie Dear Rider. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. I am so honored, so thrilled to have the amazing and brilliant director, Fernando Viana, from an incredible, I'm a little emotional, I'm not gonna lie, the incredible story of Jake Burton called Dear Writer. How are you doing, Fernando?
I'm doing great, Gretchen. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I am truly honored. I know I'm already getting a little emotional. Anyone that has already watched this fantastic film knows that Dear Writer is the life of Jake Burton, but I have to be honest with you. I originally went into it thinking, oh, this is just gonna be an amazing historical piece about snowboarding and how Jake had this thought of, riding on the snow, surfing on the snow is exactly how he described it, and how snowboarding came to be, but it was so much more than that. I thank you, and it's such a great homage to his life. It's pretty brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it's as far as the history of snowboarding, it is a history of snowboarding, but told through Jake's eyes.
Yes.
And how he lived his life, and but it's also a celebration of his life.
That's what I love so deeply about this is Jake, as you know, something that Fernando and I both have in common is I was blessed enough to cross paths with Jake and be so lucky to get to know the man, the myth, the legend that is Jake Burton. He is one of a kind, as you know, Fernando, and I just feel honored that I got to meet him through the Burton US Open. He was one of the first human beings that believed in me to do interviews. He allowed me to do interviews of all the amazing writers at the Burton US Open. And I love that it shows the quirky, crazy side of him that we all love and know. And it also shows the very driven side of him as well. So it's it's definitely a story about human kindness, finding your truth, living your truth, and also just being happy and struggles and truth of life through cancer, through other things that he went through, the coma, et cetera, which I have to tell you, I never even knew that side of it. So you did an amazing job. And I know a little bit about you. I have a little bit of a backstory. I would love to hear how you got to meet Mr. Jake Burton.
I met Jake once when I interviewed to direct the film, and I got maybe 20 minutes with him, but I had put together a proof of concept that was about like 7-8 minutes long, and thank God I got to show that to him because it was such an emotional moment. I think for him to experience another a filmmaker interpreting his life, interpreting his battle with Miller Fisher in a very kind of short, compressed time. It was great to see him be moved by it, and it just left such a profound impression on me. And I left there not really thinking I was going to get the job, but so grateful for the experience, so grateful to have the opportunity to show him the proof of concept and to just be able to feel his energy, and he's just such a lovely man. And what I remember the most about that experience is he tried to make me feel comfortable. A lot of times when you go to an interview, they're feeling you out, right? But he was the opposite. He was like, "You okay? Can I get you anything? Are you comfortable? Are you relaxed? Just sit here, sit next to me, that sort of thing." It was different. It was different.
And one thing I love, and I know that you've seen firsthand, is the family, the community. The snowboarding community is such family, and you feel that deeply, and they take you in. And even this morning, someone that is in the movie that is one of Jake Burton's dearest friends that I know misses him very dearly, that you like to call Coxie, Mike Cox, I was messaging with this morning, and it is such a family, and it all started, and it is because of Jake Burton. And it's so profound, and it's felt so deeply throughout your film. And I think that's a side of him, so many people at the Burton US Open that met him loved this larger than life human, but we got to see the funny, dorky, cool side of him. And I know you got to see that firsthand just from one meeting. You said you were forever changed. So that's pretty awesome as well.
For sure. And the family aspect of snowboarding was something that I didn't know about because I'm not a snowboarder. But I loved the community. I loved how it was always a community from the very beginning, and how this Jake's trauma that he suffered when he was young. That he lost family members at a very young age, and this feeling of isolation, this feeling of being lonely, independence.
Mm.
It's something that I think drove him to form a community, and
Mhm.
form a community through snowboarding. And I think that is imprinted in the sport to a certain degree. You know, as far as you know, Jake passed before we started making the film, but me and everyone else in the project was committed that he tell the story as much as possible,
Yeah.
right? To be the narrator of his film, and we tried very, very hard to pull that off, right? To have him narrate a story, have him take us through the ups and downs, the of his career, of his personal life, of his health struggles, and you know, I think by and large we pulled that off, but that was something that was part of the game plan, and you know, have Jake speak for Jake.
Something that really touched me during the film, the story that you did, it was so beautiful. The moments where he was indeed not able to communicate and coming out of the coma, and that he was writing to his friends, his family, and he was still keeping his wit about him. We can't really say the words that he used. Anyone that knows Jake and watches the film will know this exactly what I'm talking about. But he just never lost his love and his lust for life. And that is truly what I think. When you watch this film, you see a man that just had an idea, surfing on snow. That was his passion, his truth. And he taught all of us to live that truth and to truly go out there, live your passion and live it with joy, and not to take life so seriously. But now when you think about that, this man created snowboarding truly out of thin air, and that he did this and lived with such joy and truly lived. It's a pretty amazing. I don't know anyone else like that. I've never met one other human being like him. And I think that's truly what you drive home during this whole film, which is so beautiful.
Yeah, have as much fun as possible.
Yes.
And you know, there's some beautiful moments in the film. One of his sons talks about this incident where he gave a little bird mouth to mouth, right?
Yeah.
Try to resuscitate this little bird that had just been attacked by a cat, and he goes, you know, that's when I realized my dad has such an appreciation for life, right? And also like that, you know, he said he learned more about his dad through the cards that his dad was writing when he couldn't see, when he couldn't move. All he could do was move his hand, and he learned more about his father through those cards than he had his whole life. So I think if you distill it to one word, I would distill it to two words. It's passion and fun, right? It's follow your passion and have as much fun as possible, because yeah, you know, we're not going to be here forever. And he, that legacy that he taught us, you know, that way of living, I think it's one that I subscribe to now. So
yes.
Having as much fun as possible is to me, is a very profound way of looking at life.
I love that. I love it so much. And I love the film because it does give such a good background about snowboarding. And I know, touching base on this a little bit too, you know, Burton is a huge entity. It's huge. It's all around the world. And you learn more about that in the film. So definitely stay tuned. And the highs and lows of that, like we have talked about, it is a beautiful thing. He brought snowboarding to so many human beings that would never, I mean, he created the whole concept. Also, many people thought he sold out. So you show the highs and the lows because, you know, this man is seen as a god, the god of snowboarding. But he did go through people kind of giving him some gruff about it, you know, and I love that you showed that. It's not an easy journey for anyone that wants to make a name, but he dealt with it with beauty and grace and kind of just kept on going.
You know, the family, I have to give them all the credit, because they said, as long as what you put in the film is accurate, we're not going to tell you to take anything out, right? As long as you know, it's factual, right? And those things happened. You know, you know, I don't want to give anything away so people can watch it in the film, but yeah, he had missteps. He made some missteps, but he was human.
Right.
And I think for people to really connect to a character in a film, I mean, like really truly connect with them and have a character stay with them, they have to feel like the character is real.
Right.
And and nobody's all good and nobody's all bad. So to paint a false portrait of somebody like they're all good or they're all bad, I think it would have been a disservice. And you know, but Jake always owned up to everything, and he learned. He was such a quick learner, right? Yeah, you know, he thought snowboarding was going to be downhill. The future of snowboarding, the sport was going to be downhill races, you know, and he was late. He was late to freestyle, but he made up for it. He was really good at changing course and adjusting. So, and that's really, you know, how we get this done, right? Being flexible.
I would like to say the last thing that I truly love about this is you hear Jake's voice throughout the whole film, and it makes you feel connected. I don't want to get emotional. It did make me emotional, so very emotional, both times I watched it, and it's so beautiful. You feel like he's just sitting next to you narrating his life, and it's amazing. And so I just want everyone to know we love Jake, we miss Jake so much, and this is a way to keep him alive. Fernando, where can people go and watch this Dear Writer, the Jake Burton story?
On HBO Max.
HBO Max.
And yeah, still streaming. And you know, I just wanted to reiterate that it is a celebration of his life, and it is a very joyful kind of message throughout.
Yes.
Yeah, there's tragedy at the heart of it, but the legacy that he left behind is, you know, is a joyful one, and I think we tried really hard to instill that in the film.
Absolutely. I think the message I took away from it was to live your life to the fullest. We're not guaranteed a long time, but we're here for some time, and Jake definitely did just that. He lived his life and truly lived it to the fullest. Thank you so much, Fernando, for being with us. I can't wait to watch it again. Please head over to HBO Max, watch Dear Writer, the Jake Burton story. Thank you so much again, Fernando, and keep it right here for more to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do. So even though you work for...
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TVA Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues. that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back, Hollywood. We are so excited about all of those new films that are hitting theaters. I had a conversation with the cast of the recent sci-fi thriller, The Shift. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now we are in full swing of the holiday season, and it is my favorite time to go to the movies, especially to see the newest sci-fi thriller, The Shift. Joining us today are two of the stars of the film, Neil McDonough and Christopher Palaha. Gentlemen, how are you this morning?
Doing great, Kimberly. How are you? Morning, Kimberly.
Doing wonderful. Now, Neil, before we get started, I have to tell you, you and I have somebody in common. My brother, Gregory Perot, starred with you in Left Behind and also The Warrant.
Are you serious? He is unbelievable. He's not just such a great dude and such a great looking guy, but what a fantastic and talented actor he is. That's your brother? That's awesome,
It's
Kimberly.
my brother. He'll actually be visiting us
Please give him a hug
next
for me
week.
next time you see him.
I will. He says hello, and then but very excited about this project,
I
The
love that.
Shift.
That's
So
cool.
I've seen the trailer. I've been kind of following it along, and I'm so excited it's released this weekend. So Neil, tell us all about the film and you know, just what you like about it.
Boy, you know, we were just saying, to do a sci-fi action-packed love story with a faith-friendly backdrop, I think the only studio on the planet that would make that is Angel Studios, and we're so blessed to be part of that world, speaking for Christopher and myself. We're so proud of this film. We had the premiere 2 nights ago. It went so well. The crowd loved it. We had a standing ovation at the end, and it was one of those really magical evenings that we worked really hard on this movie. We wanted to make sure that the audience was going to be entertained through the camera work, through the storytelling, through the wardrobe, through the magic of making movies, and I think we did. I think the audiences are really going to love this film, and they're going to keep going back to it, and the word of mouth is going to be pretty substantial.
It looks incredible. Now, Christopher, tell me a bit about you. You play the role of Kevin, and you know what does this role mean to you, and how has it been different than previous roles you've held?
Kevin Garner, it's basically the book of Job. And so Kevin Garner is somebody who refuses the devil's offer for basically kingship or dominion in his world. And in that refusal, he is shifted onto this sort of dystopian planet where he is made to suffer. And then really the movie is about the quest for Kevin's perseverance and endurance through hard times to get back home. And if you know the book of Job, you know, you'll understand the full scope of what that story is and what that means. But as an actor, I read the script and, you know, again, it was just what a joy to be able to jump into a role that can almost break your back. And really, you know, to be able to take something to the distance like this, it was such a gift to play. And then, of course, to be able to play alongside Neil McDonough, who absolutely crushes it as the benefactor. it really, you can feel the energy. And it's one of those movies, I've seen it twice now in theaters. The first time it was a wash of sound and all the visuals because it really is a stimulating movie to see in theaters. The second time, I was able to start picking up all these other details of the story because it's so beautifully and meticulously told. Again, I'm as well, to echo Neil, I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, the Book of Job really is very impactful, and to see it in a sci-fi capacity is going to be very cool. So Neil,
I love your viewers are probably like, wait, what? The Book of Job and a sci-fi? Wait, what? Go
really,
see it.
The concept to me when I was reading it is just absolutely incredible. So Neil, you are the benefactor. Without giving away the film, tell us a little bit about the benefactor and how this role has really impacted you.
He's heavy. It's, I basically play Lucifer in the film, trying to tempt Kevin with everything and all of my might possible. And there's, it's hard to play a character like this. And Reve and I talked about it, and we at first I said, no, I can't play something. I can't play the devil. And then we talked and prayed over it. And then she said, you're probably the best villain in Hollywood, and you have one of the greatest relationships with God. You kind of have to do this. Because if you had someone who didn't have faith, the performance could have been sleazier, or could have been this, or could have been really kind of leaning into the darkness, where I really wanted to lean into the light of the character. And by the end of the performance, you see a moment in the benefactor's eyes of, oh my gosh, why can't I have the love of God like Kevin does? And it's one of my favorite moments I've ever had on screen. Of 100 and something movies I've done and thousands of hours of television, I can be absolutely honest about that statement. It's one of my favorite moments I've ever had. And I got to do it opposite Christopher Palaha. Palaha is one of the greatest listeners in the history of movies. And when you watch him on screen in this film, you're like, oh, this guy's just, I believe everything he's saying. I believe everything he's listening to because he's so in it. And it was such a blessing to have the opportunity to work opposite him. And I think it really worked. I think that the audiences are going to just love seeing the two of us going head to head at each other. And it was great fun. Wow.
I know, I can't wait to see it. Absolutely. So Christopher, speaking of, this was a film by Angel Studios. Can you tell us a little bit about Angel Studios and how unique they are?
Yeah, I almost want to pitch this one to Neil, because you've got another project, Homestead, that you're working with. You've jumped in. Angel Studios is based in Provo, Utah, and they run their whole business on a guild idea, where they take projects and ideas and they put it before a guild, and the guild votes on whether or not the project is going to amplify light. And if it gets a certain rating, which is I think now at like 60% or 67% or something like that, then it keeps getting sort of pushed towards production, and then it's crowdfunded. So for example, The Shift had 16,000 or 60, was it 6,000 investors? Or
6,000 investors.
Yeah, 6,000 investors.
Some $10, some thousands of dollars.
Yeah, who said, we believe in this project, we want to see it come to fruition, and we're going to go for it. But you've really loved working with them. And
I love working with Angel.
Yeah.
Those guys, the Harmon brothers are, it's just different from the way the general studio system works, where 1 or 2 or 5 suits make the decisions about everything. And it's not the most creative way to put things together. Here, it allows the audience, everyone in the guild that's part of the Angel Guild, gets to vote and say, this is what I like. This is what I think is the right thing to amplify light, as Christopher said. Amplifying light is huge. Most studios don't amplify light anymore. It's the darkness that they're going for. And I'm a culprit, I'm guilty of being part of that system, but you got to work, you got to make a living. So now that I get to make a living with a studio like Angel, I'm so much happier. Even though I had to play a very dark character in this, it allowed me to amplify light in a very dark character, which that doesn't happen anywhere. So I'm so blessed to be able to tell stories with The Shift, with Homestead, and further projects that we have in the pipeline with Angel, because I love what they do. I love what they stand for, and I love the products they put out.
Well, speaking of The Shift, so it hits theaters on Friday, December 1st. Where can we go for more information, to buy tickets, and to see all about it?
I think everywhere.
There's a couple thousand theaters.
Yeah, there's 2,500 theaters. Angel.com. I think if you go to angel.com/The Shift, you can actually pre-order tickets right now. As you were talking, this movie, it's about being in relationship. And all the benefactor wants is to be in relationship with Kevin. And all Kevin wants is to be in relationship with God and get back to a relationship. So it's a really beautiful love story. And when you hear sci-fi, if that's not your genre, I'm begging
it's a love story.
I'm begging you to give it a chance because, yeah, it really is. It's a love story. It's about relationship, and it's about perseverance through really, really hard times. And it's a story that gives life. It's, stories are so important because they help us move through our world. And I think The Shift is a movie that will help you do that. We couldn't be more proud of this movie.
And I think, by the audience really buying tickets to this and supporting what Angel Studios is doing is so important because it tells the industry that there is room for light in filmmaking. There is room for hope in filmmaking. And buy one, buy 10, buy as many tickets as you can. And in fact, December 1st, the day that it comes out, is my 20th anniversary. So
20 tickets in honor of
an anniversary gift for exactly 20 tickets, everybody. Each person go and buy 20 tickets. That'll be the greatest anniversary Christmas gift. But again, it just tells the whole studio system. It tells everyone in Hollywood, we can make films the right way and for people who have a great belief in God, or even if you don't believe in God, if you want to have a film that makes you feel better when you leave the theater, this is the kind of film you want to support.
Excellent. Well, Neil, happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife. And gentlemen, congratulations to you both. Very exciting. The Shift hits theaters on December 1st, this upcoming Friday. So we really appreciate you coming on and sharing all about it.
Thank you, Kimberly. Give my best to Greg.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We have a bit more here on this morning's edition of the show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Now, thanks for joining us. We are taking a look back at the conversation Maddie had with the cast of Who's Annie, a slam dance film. Let's take a look.
Are you looking to laugh? Well, there is a pilot episode of Who's Annie coming out at Slam Dance for the 2023 screening, and it is going to have you giggling. And I'm so lucky because I'm joined by the star, Annie Pasapia, and I'm joined by Sophia Pierre, who's directed, and they've really collaborated on bringing this entire project together to make it such a wonderful production. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, yeah.
So not everyone has seen the pilot. Everyone has maybe seen the trailer at this point. And so for people who don't know the story, can you guys give us a little background on it?
Sure. Well, it's premiering on the 22nd. We're very excited to finally share it with an audience. It's a 30-minute scripted comedy series that is both about and starring Annie. And the idea for the whole concept for the show happened when Annie and I met at a Burger King in Queens.
Which I think is quite funny that you guys met in a parking lot at a Burger King in Queens. And now, Annie, you have done some crazy things in this career that you have recently just started in acting.
You know, something, I have had so much fun. I only started acting, jumping in about 6 years ago, and it has been, when they say a roller coaster ride, hang on for your life. This is, and it's all fun. I wouldn't jump off, not for the world. Hang on for your life. I'll tell you, it's fabulous.
Now, you guys
all
have
crazy stuff.
Sorry, you guys have both worked on some big projects, and so for people who may have not known or seen any of your work, can you guys both give us some examples?
Well, Annie's been in every big show that's come out in the past 6 years, often playing often playing a smaller part. She'll be like an inmate, a janitor, a nun. She's had all sorts of crazy roles, and you know, up and coming for her are 10 new projects where she has like bigger roles. And for me, it's been mainly music videos and short films. The short films have been in mainly like art spaces, some film festivals, and I've done music videos for bigger bands like Paramore or The National and Interpol, things like that.
I just have to ask, what has been a career highlight for both of you so far?
Nothing's bigger than this.
I have to tell you, this is huge. I mean, when someone says, "Hey, let's make a TV show about you," I don't know. Like, does it get any bigger than that? But I've done some work on some really cool projects. You know what I mean? Some network TV, some cable TV. I've worked on Manifest, New Amsterdam, Nora from Queens, Aquafina, other shows too. But like that's in the most recent past. But they were exciting. It's really exciting. It really is.
And what a cool moment to have you be the muse and the inspiration behind this entire TV show. So, Sophia, as you're writing this plot, you guys both get to take these very vulnerable parts of your life and kind of expose them, not only in a humor kind of context, but in a context where people might be able to relate to them and it might help them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like it's the whole show is about Annie, right? But it's also about her path in the acting world. And then it's also about women's on-camera roles. So initially, I was going to cast somebody to play me and have that person be me in the series to make this show about a show thing happen. But as I was working with the actor Sophia Dobroshin and directing her to direct Annie, that became the funniest part of it. And the co-writer, Annie, another Annie, behind the scenes Annie Sickerman, was like, we need to pivot so that it's a show within a show within a show. Like, let's just have this whole thing. And it escalated into that, which was, it's very layered. It's like an onion.
Now, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to say one thing on that. You know, Sophia came to me. We started doing this whole thing, and it made me, the fact that Sophia and then the whole team, Annie, other Sophia, Minot, everybody, the whole team was working so hard, made me want to work even harder, hustle even harder to get better roles, to get more, so that they would be proud of me, you know what I mean? So that they'd say, okay, we have more stuff to write about. Like I didn't just sit back and just say, okay, let them just write a show about me. It was just very encouraging to me on top of everything. It was like so encouraging that there it is.
Well, Annie, they show a lot of your life, and just even in that first episode, they go into some of the things that have happened to you in your past, and they tell your story very openly. And so what was it like to kind of go through this and share maybe those hard moments that you've experienced in your life?
Well, it started with the trust that I have in Sophia, and the comfort level that I had in discussing all this. And I feel that I wanted to be very open and to show the world and whoever wants to see or know that it doesn't matter what you go through. You can always come out the other side. You have to work at it and so on and so forth, but everything is not the end of the world. You can make it through hard times, bad times, whatever it is. You can do it. You can do it. I mean, and I'm living proof of that, and that's part of my message.
Which I think is really important, and I think it's really important that people hear this, and especially maybe those younger people dreaming or those younger people going through their hardship, and not even just the younger people, but people in general, hearing that you had this dream, you started it, and you've been successful in it.
It's possible. It's possible. Life, you fall down. I fall down. I make mistakes all the time. My life is a big mistake, and I've cried many, many tears, but I can only cry so much till you say to yourself, am I going to stay down on the floor and just cry forever and that's the end of it? Or am I going to get up and give myself another chance? People will help you, but you got to give yourself, it comes from within. And that's why when I, was talking to Sophia and we went through just so much together, it's been a few years in the making. And she probably knows more about me than basically anybody. It's fabulous. It really is.
So would you guys say that your friendship is as strong off camera as it becomes on camera as well?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love to hear that. Now, Sophia, you have worked a lot on music videos, and so that means that you have a little bit more creative freedom just because you get to kind of direct and see these visions for these music videos, but this is totally your vision coming to life. So how has it felt to make that switch from those music videos to something like Who's Annie?
I mean, you can have some creative freedom with music videos, more so than other projects, of course. But at the same time, at the end of the day, that product is for that band, right?
Right.
This is like completely coming from me. Like, this is every part of me. This is so many things that I've always wanted to say, so many things that I've wanted to talk about. And I mean, I couldn't be happier to finally have something out there that really represents me as a filmmaker. I guess I've made other things before, but never at this high caliber. Like, I really made sure that everything looked the way I wanted it to. Like, we weren't making compromises, even though our budget was very small. We made it happen. And I had a lot of people believe in me and believe in Annie, who made this very possible and made it exactly what I wanted it to be.
Which is so incredible, and it's so incredible to hear both of you guys talk about it and then see it come to life. And people are going to be in love with the series because I cannot wait for the next episode already, since I got to see the first one and I was like left ready for the next one. So what was your guys' favorite part about filming it?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I can't even answer that question without laughing. We had Sophia, take this from this, so much fun. It was a ball. We had so much fun.
Oh man, I mean, we filmed a lot in my parents' house, which was pretty surreal. Yeah, maybe one of my favorite days is the scenes, the end part of it where Annie and I are both in my parents' bedroom in the house that I grew up in. And we made quite a mess. You'll have to see the episode to totally understand, but it was one of the messiest things. And my parents were just away for the weekend. I sent them away, and I still don't know if they know exactly what their house looked like during that. So yeah, there was a lot of laughter that day.
I get to tell you, one of my favorite scenes was with Lily.
Oh, of course. Lily,
Oh
yeah.
my God. I don't even want to, mention what it was, but we would just completely, it was really non-scripted. We were just going back and forth with it. And I had so much fun because it's like a completely out of body experience, almost just free for all. And it was hysterical. We could barely speak on camera because we were all literally holding each other up, laughing so hard. It was that funny. It really, really was.
Yeah, Annie and comedian Lily Murata are in a scene together in this pilot that is, we had an outline for what they should do, but we just kind of gave them bullet points and they just ran with it. And it was, yep, we were all dying.
Oh my God.
I love those moments. Now, if people are interested in seeing the wonderful pilot at Slam Dance, where can they go? When can they see it? And how can they get tickets?
Oh, well, through the Slam Dance website, you can get a ticket for the premiere, which is on the 22nd at 9:45. And then there's another screening on January 26th, which is going to be at 11:30 a.m. So you have 2 chances to see this.
Which I feel like seeing it in the morning is starting your day off so right, because you're just going to start your day off by giggling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you both very much for taking the time to chat with me. Now, I have one very simple final question. If there's someone out there who aspires to do what either of you guys are doing, what piece of advice would you give them?
Don't give up. We had a lot of, in making this show, there were a lot of challenges, and it took us a really long time, whether it was COVID or financial constraints, what have you. There were a lot of things that made me think, like, can I do this? Can I make this happen? And I took a lot of risks, and I feel better that I did than if I didn't, even if the result wasn't as good. I feel like you really need to take risks and believe in yourself. Annie, I'm sure she has very inspiring advice about.
I have one thing to say. On the tagline, and I think that I had said this in the show somewhere, grab your dreams by the throat. Just grab it. That's the truth. That's what I tell people. You got one life, live it. You got one life, go for it,
I think these are both great pieces of advice. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with me. I feel very fortunate to have spent some time with you, giggle a little bit just from the commentary and the things that have been said here, but I highly recommend that everyone sees this pilot because I was laughing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Make sure that if you're in the area, you go check out Slam Dance because it is going to be one of those things you're not going to want to miss. Who's Annie is going to premiere, and it is going to be a ton of fun, so make sure you check it out. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on tv8vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Lion's Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lion's Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, things just keep on rolling here in the Vail Valley. We've got the Vail Film Festival coming up. I had so many conversations and we looked back at wonderful films that have hit the air and we are so excited about them. Plus, Colorado Gives Day is tomorrow. We had some wonderful charities that came on to talk about their cause and why you should donate to them. In the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow for Colorado's Gives Day and all of the celebrations that come with it.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see